Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Crafty Simulations video. And today, today's episode even, we are bringing out the big guns, because even though A2A have just released their Aerostar 600, we're going to go back to their previous aircraft, the Comanche 250, because now this is standard for 2024. That's right, the king of the single-engined general aviation aircraft can now be used in 2024, and it's a beaut. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now, in the intro I did suggest that this aircraft has been out for quite a while now. This is the A2A Comanche 250, the king of the single-engine aircraft here in, well, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Now, it was able to be run in 2024. However, a couple of updates ago, A2A took it upon themselves to make it a native installation for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So, along with their Aerostar 600, we now have access, proper, complete, 100% access to their Comanche 250. And it's been a while since I've flown the Comanche 250. It featured very early on in the channel and hasn't really been mentioned ever since, even though it is an iconic piece of flight simulation aircraft. I mean, this thing is just beautiful no matter which end you look at it. I mean, A2A, if you don't know who A2A are, they are the daddies, the complete and utter daddies of flight simulation, whether it be in 2020, in 2024, FSX, P3D. They've been going at this for years, and they've created some great, legendary general aviation aircraft and warbirds. If you go all the way back to the FSX and FS 2004 days, we had access to the Spitfire, the Mustang, the P-47, Harvard, a J3 Cub. Not exactly the fastest thing in the world, but we had access to it, and they were brilliantly designed aircraft. Now, unfortunately, we only have access to the Comanche 250 and the Aerostar 600. I say unfortunately, they're both amazing aircraft. I must bring back the Aerostar 600. It's been updated so many times now. But we're not going to talk about the Aerostar. We're here about talking about the Comanche. So we are here at Humberside, and we're going to see what this aircraft is actually like. So let's see what's what, shall we? That's not the view I wanted. That's the view I wanted. Right, so we know this aircraft on. It's just... sounds are so important in flight simulation. I keep saying this. And A2A do make some of the best sounds, or record the best sounds, I should say. Now, I do believe this is created from access to a Comanche 250, obviously, that was in the collection of aircraft that are owned by the developer, the owner of A2A. The Aerostar 600, sorry I have to talk about the Aerostar 600 for a minute, but the Aerostar 600 is one of the aircraft he owns. So, as I've shown in the two videos I've done already for the Aerostar 600, it is A2A's level of absolute awesomeness and goes to the real nth degree. Well, this aircraft has the same development. I'm not sure whether he has it now, but I do believe he had a Comanche 250. So anyway, we shall go into the beloved tablet. Load up. We're going to load up? We have loaded up. Okay. For some reason I thought that was going to fill in. Right, anyway, so wheel chocks will get rid of tie downs, control lock, and pitot cover. The times I forget about wheel chocks and things like that. I try and taxi away and nothing moves. Right, so I'm not going to go through this too much, but you do have a very functioning A2A's tablet here, with millions of options for different things. I mean, obviously you can click on all the cockpit bits and pieces, and it is fairly almost self-explanatory, but you can also click on things like the batteries, the mags, the avionics, all on here, and then the lights section here. It's very well done. I don't pay attention too much to tablets, unless I've got a cold, but these A2A tablets are fantastic, and they do go into a lot of options. You can change a lot of things and make it easier for yourself, or make it difficult for yourself. So we've got fuel. Let's go for a medium load, please. I don't want to be too heavy. Nobody's sitting in the passenger seats. Good. Maintenance. We are going to have a look at this. Inspect. Everything's green. That's good. I haven't flown this much. I really haven't. I mean, like I say, this variant that is now custom for 2024, I haven't flown that much. Inspect the engine. Yes, everything's green and good. That's nice. Engine analyzer. That's because nothing's running, and I'm just sat no battery. That's fine. I will fill back my oil up because I was flying with some oil, obviously, last flight. We could do the walk round. It's just not worth it. Stay not worth it. It's fantastic. This aircraft is awesome. Right. Anyway, I love this aircraft so much that normally it bites me in the bottom by actually not starting. It's that realistic. It's one of the aircraft, along with the Aerostar, that does cause me headaches when it comes to starting. Also, bit of background information. If you hear a fan running, that is because I have, would you believe, a fan running. It's rather hot in here. So I do apologise if that's getting into the audio. Right, so we'll get rid of that. Let's just check my controls are actually working. Yeah, so I've mixed to full. That's working. Yes. Yes, everything's working brilliantly as usual. Right, so if I remember how to start this thing, which will be a miracle, so I'll have master switch on. Rotating beacon on. We're not going to start. We're going to try and not start with the fuel pump off. We'll try and start, I should say, without the fuel pump on. Right. No, I think we do have to have the fuel pump. It's the priming. I'm going to try and start it without priming, I should say. So let's hope this works. I'm going to wait for... where is it? Fuel pressure to build? It's the one down here. It's going to take a minute or two. For fuel to pressure to happen, we need to have our fuel tanks opened. Dum-dum. Let's try that again. Needle starting to rise? Yes, the needle's rising. Good. Right. So we are going to try and start this without a priming. Right. Okay. So let's just turn that off. Throttle set. Mounts set. Good, good, please, please, please. You're not going to do it, are you? No, no. The camera starts, it ain't going to start. It's fuel pump on. Let's try it again without the... so we've got fuel pressure. Let's try it with... I'm probably doing this all wrong. Come on. Anything? No. Of course not. Why would you want to start the first time when the camera's running? Give it one more for look. Lock that off. Hey! Priming's the magic number. Settle down to 1,000. Now you might be wondering why I tried starting without priming in the first place. Well, believe it or not, it actually works without, it's depending on the temperature I do believe, but I did manage to start this aircraft without prime. Ah, gee, the joys. Right, which one is it? It's avionics, turn on. Right, so we have shut now. Primer off, we don't need that. Get rid of that. I'll leave that as is. Actually, no, we're going to sit here to warm up. We've got to get the cylinder temperature up into the green before we can really start moving. It's that realistic. People, if you think that Just Flight make realistic aircraft, and they do, A2A go to the next level on realism. Right, so hop on flight plan. We're going to come back into here. So set destination, Echo Golf, November, Juliet. Let's put our lines up. That's fine. Let's pull that out. We're going to fly out to the Humber. It's going to be a close-ish flight. Set for 7,000. That's done. That's done. Let's bring. We'll stay in the local area, so we shall zero that. So yes, while it warms up. Now's a good chance to have a look around this thing. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's a challenge. It's a tricky little sod to fly and to operate, and it is humongously realistic. Sound effects are absolutely amazing, top notch. I have listened to Comanche 250s on YouTube. Sounds wrong, but I've listened to them from the inside, and they sound like this. It's that good. Right, let's just get rid of that for the time being. So, lighting will keep as is. Pitot heat's not going to be required. So oil pressure is good. Oil temperature is still low. Fuel quantity is good. Fuel pressure is good. Got to get the cylinder temperature up. We are sitting at about 1,000. So one of the unique things of this aircraft is it has headphones. Well, I say it's not unique. A lot of aircraft have headphones. This one simulates the effect of putting headphones on. Amazing. Simply amazing. If you are bored of the sounds of this aircraft and you want to put your headphones on, literally, you can. You can connect these up and it gives you the sound effects of having noise cancelling headsets. And you can put it onto, I think that's noise cancelling. So that's headphones on like normal, noise cancelling. Amazing. But I like the sound. It's amazing. Right, so cylinder head temperature is coming up, that's good. So yeah, this aircraft is like I say, it's A2A. A2A are known for creating, shall we say, the depth of an aircraft. It doesn't matter what aircraft it is, the depth that goes into it. And you end up with this fantastic, realistic representation of whatever aircraft it is they're going for. Now, they have only got the Comanche and the Aerostar currently. The Aerostar's not officially even version 1 yet. That's still to come out. It's not going to be far away. But it's still a pre-alpha, or it's not pre-alpha these days, what do they call it? It's not version 1 anyway. There's updates coming out of that thing every 2 days just about. So we do have an autopilot system on this aircraft. The autopilot master switch is here. The altitude engaging and disengaging is here. So if we turn that on, we're going to get these lights coming up. I'll zoom into this. So the autopilot is obviously quite an old system. So at the moment that would be altitude hold. No, so that's ready. So if we push that, sorry, yeah, altitude hold is that button down there. Our heading and navigation track. Our heading track, I do believe, is this one, and it will respond to our inputs. Let's zero that. So if we turn that over there, as you can see, the controls are starting to move as if trying to turn the aircraft. And we'll turn that to the right, and we've switched over, and again the controls move over. Very realistic. We do have tracking. There's much more detail into this. Also, you have your trim lights. Now, these are pesky little buggers. You set the autopilot up, you get everything just going, and the aircraft starts beeping at you, and lights will come up, and the up and down logo here. Now, if it's saying up, and the beep comes up for this, that means trim up. The aircraft is now fighting against, and needs to be trim out, basically. Same for trim down. We're not going to use the autopilot today, so we can have that turned off. If I do another flight, I'll do a longer distance flight and actually do that properly. So, right, cylinder head is good. So we're going to have our... Yeah, there's no navigation lights for this aircraft or taxi lights. We'll put one landing light on. Right, Trackir's behaving. Flaps come down to one stage. Good weather today. I think the last video I did, what was it, Wickenby to Gamston, had a rather overcasty weather, big clouds. If you can just hear that rumbling sound, so I can do it again, there we go. That's the sounds of this aircraft. They go to the level of replicating running over runway lights. Like that. Amazing. Turn ourselves into... Right, so that's off for the time being, so we're going to run up to 2,000. 2,000. Stop Trackir for a minute. Left mag, both mags. Left mag, right mag, left mag, both mags. Carb heat pulled, notice the difference. Carb heat pulled off, pulled, and off. That's me just knocking the throttle. Listen to the sounds. As I pull the prop pitch there. Right, so we'll have that set up. We'll have, actually, no, off. We're both on, strobe lights can come on, fuel pump is now coming on as required. So, flaps are set. Lights are set. Nice long runway. Nothing on approach. The aircraft levelled out. We're not going to go for a direct centerline. Knots, 80, airborne, brakes are pressed, gears retracting. There's 100 knots, flaps coming up. Trimming it out. They've got the trim handle weirdly up above your head, which is unique because then you have to operate the trim, you'd have to take your hands off the throttle. Come off. Full groovy. If you want to learn how an aircraft handles, how all the buttons work and all that, check out an A2A product. They were doing this back when FS 2004, FS9 was out with their A2A range then. In 2020 and 2024, yes, the aircraft are a simple gulf ahead of what was available back in FS9 days, but A2A is a staple name in the flight simulator environment for awesomeness, class, quality, depth of detail. This and the Cow's DA42. That important. To me, personally, that important. I suppose technically, you know, the DA42 being a twin star or a twin engine aircraft, you'd probably want to count the DA40 into this, in which case I would honestly say that this aircraft here, the A2A Comanche 250, is better than the DA40 from Cows. I don't know why I'd say that. I mean, I should really rate the DA40, but I must admit I am rating this aircraft more. Now, I think in the couple of videos ago I did a flight in the DA42 Twin Star. Loved that video, loved doing the flight. I actually am going to do a flight in the 42 here in 2024 because I love that aircraft so much. But I did ask which was the best of the aircraft here in the simulator, and you know, I did suggest that the DA42 Twin Star goes up against the A2A Aerostar 600, and somebody in the comments rightly said, but the Aerostar 600 hasn't been released yet, and that is correct. It's not a fully released aircraft. Yes, it's available to buy, but it is a pre-version 1 aircraft. They are still working on it. It still needs a little tweaking here and there for A2A standards. But you're right, I don't think you can count the DA42 alongside or better than the Aerostar 600, not until the Aerostar 600 is released version 1. And I've been told that's not far away. But this, if you were to compare this with, in my view, the Cow's DA40, this is better. Is this better than the Just Flight Piper range? Oh, that's a tricky one. That is a tricky one. I mean, both have, all the aircraft have great functioning cockpits, functioning systems. They are technological. I would have to say this is better than the Just Flight range, but not by much. Really not by much. So anyway, today's flight is just going to be a circuit, just to give you a taster of what this aircraft is like. I am interested in possibly getting a checklist done for this aircraft, a physical checklist, and I will go through a flight, sort of like what I did with the DA42, a by the book, almost, flight in this aircraft. So I am sort of tempted to do that. So anyway, we shall get ready for landing. So fuel pump come back on. Let's get to that. I can't get the landing lights. Now I have found this aircraft can be a little bit of a problem in trying to slow down. You can change some of the exterior aesthetics of this aircraft, and yeah, that warning sound is I pull the throttle back a little bit too much, gears retracted still. But yes, you can make this aircraft a little bit slippery, shall we say. So anyway, flaps going down one stage. Runways in sight. So landing lights are set, mixture is set. Fuel pump is turned on. Fuel quantities are checked. T's and P's are checked. Cylinder temperature is good. Quite a bit far away, so I'm going to keep the gear up for a while. Actually, while I'm on the final leg here, I do want to ask, would you like to see more technical style videos? So more by the checklist, i.e. physical copies, or the simulator's checklist of flights in general aviation aircraft? Do you want to see more of that, or do you want to see more let's get airborne as quickly as and show the aircraft off as much as we can? Right, gear's coming down. Bit of drag now from the undercarriage. You can actually hear the wind. But listen to that. You can hear the wind going over the gear. I know a lot of other aircraft do that, but A2A do it better. Going down 2-stage. I think we want to be touching down around 85 knots. There's 100 at the threshold. Where did the animals come from? When the heck did I get animal? Okay, concentrate. The simulator's been playing with settings. Want to find the ground? Let's have a bit of rudder, please, thank you. Right, so I'm not going to let you watch the boring taxi back up the runway here at Humberside, so join me at the parking spot for my final thoughts on the new A2A Comanche 250, new for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, that is. Right, so we are back, just joining taxiway, flaps are retracted, let's turn that off, red lights are off, fuel pump is off. Go back to our parking spot. Having a few frame rate stutters there. I think the Flight Simulator has been changing settings again. I think, did we have an update recently? Joys of flight sims. Right, anyway. So, parking brake is confirmed as set. Definitely good sound effects. Right, let's get rid of this. Strobe lights coming off, rotation beacons off, master is... Oh, let's have the avionics off, master's off. So, yep, I'm still there. So, this is the latest version of one of the best single-engine general aviation aircraft you can find here on either sim. Okay, A2A are fantastic. It's a bit pricey. It's a bit more pricey than a normal aircraft, but it is a fully 100% working aircraft. It's not a case of, what's that? Why is there... Now that is intriguing me. Have I been flying with something lodged in my... Got rid of everything, didn't I? Where's my tablet? Give me a tablet, thank you. Emergencies? No, I don't need that. Parking brake. Turn that off now. Fuel and payload. Now that's intriguing. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. Have I made a mistake? That is definitely looking like some kind of flannel of something. I have no idea. Is that actually... I never noticed that was in the aircraft. I mean, before this flight. Okay, that's weird. Let's skip over that. Maybe that's an A2A thing. Maybe that more than likely that's a me thing. Anyway, like I said, A2A, fantastic aircraft, absolutely awesome, great thing, doesn't matter whether it's the Comanche or the Aerostar, fantastic. Can't wait for the Aerostar to make version 1, but I'm happy to have a version now of the Comanche 250 that is, or has, a installation directly for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Now, there has been a few issues, a few bugs, swapping this aircraft over, mostly regarding to some of the repaints that may have been for 2020 and then obviously might not work for 2024. And also for the GTN 750 not showing as well. That's hopefully all sorted now. So as of this version, which is the latest one, which is 1.6.4, everything all seems to be sorted. So if you have any questions or comments about the A2A, or about the A2A Comanche, I should say, or if you can tell me what the holy heck that thing is, I can't get rid of it. Let's hang on a minute. Walk round. Where's me walk round? Come on, walk. Walk. How else you press the right button? Go back. What's that? I can't click on it. That's weird. I don't know what that is. A2A, help. Yeah, so if you've got any comments about the aircraft, or you can tell me what the holy heck that thing is, please let me know. I will see you in a future Microsoft Flight Simulator video very, very soon.